Welcome to Old Ways Gardening and Prepping. My name is Teresa. I would like to welcome you into our busy kitchen today, where this is going to be a wonderful recipe for peasant bread. Now, the great thing about peasant bread, it's a no-knead bread. And since our soup is cooking, I wanted to make some fresh bread as well, because Junior loves fresh bread and so do I. And peasant bread you can have ready in, less than 3 hours. Yep. So let's get busy making some peasant bread, y'all. Now this bread goes against what most everybody is used to making bread. Every once in a while I love making this bread because it's just so easy. Alright, in my bowl I have 4 cups of all-purpose flour and 1 tablespoon of sugar. The sugar is going to feed your yeast. Now, to this I add seasoning to it. You don't have to add none of this. I like to add it because it just makes it a little more special. And yeah, I'm going to add about a half a teaspoon of pepper. Yes, black pepper or white pepper, whichever one you have. Oh, that smells good. I want a teaspoon of salt. I'm not adding the yeast yet. There's a reason, because I want to get this mixed all in. Because if you add your yeast on top of the salt can kill your yeast. And I want, yes, as usual, about a tablespoon of garlic powder. Or if you want to, you can use dehydrated chopped garlic, either or. And to this, yes, I am adding minced onion. I want a good, healthy tablespoon. Now I'm going to go for 2 tablespoons. And this is just dried minced onion. And you want to mix this in very well. Because like I said, this is a no-knead bread. You do not knead it whatsoever. Now I know my yeast is good. Now, if you're not sure about your yeast, you can go on and dissolve it and put the sugar in your lukewarm water, about 110 or less, between 100 and 110, and put your sugar in the water also. I know my yeast is good. I have faith in it. Now, if you wanted to, you could add dried parsley, dried oregano, dried thyme, dried rosemary, whatever you like. There's a reason why I'm not adding more herbs to this batch. And I want a tablespoon of yeast. I went just a little heavy on it. I want to mix that in real good. And that's all the dried ingredients. And here I have 2 cups of the lukewarm water. And we're just going to mix it in. Now this is going to be a moist dough, so don't even try to knead it. Depending on how dry your flour is, you might have to add a little bit more water. I don't think I'm going to have to. You just want to make sure is incorporated and it is stirred very well. I don't know what smells better, the bread dough or the soup cooking. This is torture. This is just very, very simple, easy, quick yeast bread to make. And believe me, it always tastes wonderful. It always works out very nicely. And it is gooey, so be careful about handling it much because you don't want to lose none of your dough. Okay, that is mixed up like it's supposed to be. I'll be right back. See how fast that was to mix up? About 5 minutes. Alright, what you're going to do is I do saran wrap and a towel because you want to keep this as warm as possible. Not, just over warm, but you want it to rise. You're going to want to put this and always go around the edge to seal it. And I'm going to put my little towel on top. Alright, and we're going to place this in a very warm area for it to rise. And I'll see you back here in an hour. Okay, the bread has doubled in size. I'm having a little fun with it tonight. I'm buttering up some small little ramekins, so I'm going to make little mini loaves of bread. It'll be also easier for Junior to handle. Now, a good thing about this peasant bread, you can use loaf pans, ramekins. If you have the oven safe Pyrex bowls, you can use them. See, look at that. That's beautiful bread, y'all. You can use loaf pans, whatever you want to. You can use muffin tins and make dinner rolls with it. It's up to you. You just need to butter them very well. Look at that. Oh, that smells so good, y'all. Now you gotta beat it down. Well, make sure you beat it down really good. And like I said, it's sticky, so be really careful. Now, I've got 6 ramekins, so this might be interesting. I'm probably going to regret this. Come on. Come on. There we go. Very sticky dough. Like I said, very sticky dough. And I'm going to cut it into 6, or try to. Try to get it as even as you possibly can. My ramekins might not be big enough, but it'll be okay. This is why it's best to just use a big loaf pan or oven safe bowl. That way you can just stick it in there. I love this dough. It is so much fun to work with. Yes, I know that they are already fairly full. It'll be fine. You can always rob from one if you can get away with it and give to another. Simple, easy bread, and believe me, it is absolutely delicious. Alright, once we get it in the ramekins, which if I had bigger ones, I'd be using it. Alright, you're gonna let it rise for about 30 minutes. And this is important. You need to go on and bake it like what I'm probably going to have to do might be 20 minutes. Hold on a minute. Okay, after they have rested for 20 to 30 minutes, you're going to let them rise for 20 to 30 minutes. I'm going to put these on a cookie sheet so they're easier to handle. Now, at the 15-minute mark of their rising, you want to start preheating your oven to 425. And I will bring you back when these are ready to head for the oven. See you here in a little bit. Okay, they are ready to go in the oven. They're going to rise like crazy. Okay, now, I'll also have this information in the description box below the video along with the recipe. You want to bake these in a 425-degree oven for 15 minutes. After 15 minutes, you drop it down to 375 for another 15 to 17 minutes. If you notice that they're getting too brown on top, cover them lightly with aluminum foil and let them finish baking. I will bring you back as soon as they are done. Okay, the little breads are baked, and you want to pull them out of the ramekins, your loaf pan, whatever you use. Now, look at that beautiful crust on it. If it does not brown up as much as you like, once you take it out of whatever pan you bake them in, you can set them back on like a cookie sheet and let them brown some more. There's always got to be one. There we go. All right, come on, little guy. There we go. But look, all of them are nice and golden brown. And I will bring you back once they cool down so I can try it. And I already know they're good. Okay, I think the bread has cooled down enough. Listen to that crust. Now, of course, as it cools down, it'll get softer. Look at that beautiful herbs and spices inside the bread and the onions. Oh, it smells so good, y'all. It's kind of cooled down. Hopefully, I'm not going to burn myself up alive. Oh, oh, it's so good. I love peasant bread. Oh, that is so good. There's nothing like fresh baked bread. And this bread is so easy to make, y'all. No kneading. Let it rise 1 hour. 5 minutes to make it the original dough. Let it rise for an hour. Then gently, very carefully. Now you could spoon it into the ramekins, or you can just use a loaf pan, a bread loaf pan. You could take a scoop and put it in muffin tins. Of course, make sure all of it is buttered very well. And you could make muffins, or not muffins, but rolls with them. You can put it in cast iron and bake it. Just don't let your cast iron be hot when you do it. Make sure it's buttered real good. Pat it down in the pan and let it rise that second time for 30 minutes and bake away. Simple, easy, homemade, and you know exactly what's going into your bread. Now remember, there's no preservatives in it except for a tiny bit of salt. So you need to you can let it sit out for a couple of days, but you need to refrigerate it afterwards so mold doesn't grow. Simple, easy, homemade, and if I can do it, you can do it too. Everyone, continue to stock up your pantries with foods that will nourish and sustain you. Baking supplies so you can bake bread. Medicinals, which your food is your medicine because it's got herbs in it. Good for you, very good for you. Protection of all kinds, and above all else, the bare essentials to survive on. Everyone, take care, stay safe and sound. Look at that little bitty bread. Is that not adorable? And like I said, if you want it to be browner, just bake it in the oven a little bit longer. Stay safe, stay sound, stay sane as possible, and may you each be blessed. Hoot, hoot. Mwah. Love y'all. See you soon.